Alrighty, what's up everybody? Peter Joseph here, once again with another video. Video number 2 on your Tuesday night, September the 12th, 2023, right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. And as always, make sure you like the video, hit the subscribe button down below, you know where it is, in the description box, on this channel, on my other channels as well. And hit that bell, turn on all notifications, so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And if you do, well, fuck you, man. You missed it, and you're SOL. And you know what that means. That's that. Alright, so I hope everybody had a great Tuesday. We got NXT coming up in about a half hour from now. So, should be a good show. We'll talk about that later. But right now, really quickly, you want to get this out of the way and get it done. That's what she said. Get it done. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date Monday Night Raw review for September the 11th, 2023. 22 years ago, yesterday, that tragic event right here in New York City and in the Pentagon in Virginia. Just a really tragic day in the world. Where were you 22 years ago when that happened? I'll tell you where I was, sleeping. I'll tell you the truth, I was sleeping, and then my dad wakes me up, as I was living at my parents' house way 22 years ago, not now, but wakes me up and says, put on the news, the Twin Towers just got hit. I thought it was a dream. I thought it was in a dream, like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? So I was like, so he's like, alright. So he you know, shuts my door, and I'm like, alright, let me see what happened here. I put on the freaking news. I saw the first tower come down. I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? And then, you know, they're talking. I see all the people screaming and running. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, am I watching a war? Like, what the hell? I thought I was still in a dream. I was like, the apocalypse just happened. But then, you know, it wasn't a dream because I saw the second plane hit the other tower. Ugh. And then that tower goes down. It was just craziness. Just craziness. And I had my cousin used to work down there. My uncle used to work down around that area too. And my one of my other friends had was actually in the Twin Towers, but he was on the second floor. Thankfully, it wasn't way up there. So, I had to worry basically the entire day about them. Thankfully, you know, later on in the afternoon that day, you know, my cousin and my uncle called us, said they're okay, and then I went to my friend's house, who lived across the street from me, waiting and waiting and waiting. He finally came home, like, around 6, 7 o'clock, because he walked all the way home. Because the trains obviously couldn't work, so he had to basically walk all the way to the Brooklyn Bridge, go over the Brooklyn Bridge. Then I think he took a cab home. It was just craziness. I was like I said, I thought it was a dream. No dream. And then, what happened after that? We were at war. With those goddamn Arabs, you know, George W. Bush, you know, declaring war on basically, you know, the Taliban, and we all know what happened to that. Fuck those guys up. And we got that madman, mad-ass Hussein, Saddam Hussein, killed him. And then it took us a while to get that other idiot, Osama bin Forgotten, who's basically been forgotten, kill that motherfucker. Because we're America! We're the greatest fucking nation in the world. Nobody wants to touch us. Even those bastards in Russia and China. Fuck them! But I digress. And, sorry about that. But yeah. But 22 years ago, it was just, you know, craziness. Everything basically stopped. And then, you know, you know, baseball was like right near the end of the season, and then took like, I think it was like 9-10 days for baseball to come back with that epic Met game at Shea Stadium, where Piazza hit that home run against the Braves to win, no, not win the game. It was in the 8th inning. The Mets won that game. Probably one of the biggest Met games ever. Next to 86, of course. I wish I was at that game, but I did watch it. I was like, yes! So, it took time to heal and everything, especially here in New York, and around the world, eventually, talk shows were talking about it, trying to bring back the laughs and happiness and all that stuff, because a lot of people died on that day, and it was just, it wasn't a good time, and I have had friends that have lost family members that were in the Twin Towers that day, and, some have succumbed to the after effects of 9/11. So my heart goes out to my friends that have lost a lot of loved ones. If you have lost a loved one in the 9/11 attacks, my heart goes out to you. My condolences to your families. Hopefully we'll never get that again. Hopefully not. But you know how the world is. We got countries that think they're shit. They're hot shit, like Russia, Korea. Well, we're not. Well, North Korea, China. They think they're big and bad, but they're not. But sometimes, the U.S. sticks their nose in places they don't belong. Now with the Ukraine war that's been going on for like a year or so now. I don't know how long it's been going on, but what do? We stick our nose in their business, giving all our money away to Ukraine with all the missiles and tanks and shit. No wonder we're, and we're going through inflation. Freaking unemployment's like up the wazoo. We're starting to go down. I don't know, but we got a moron for a president, a dumb cunt for a fucking vice president. Glad they'll be gone next year. I'm glad they'll be gone. Now, who's gonna take their place? Well, hopefully, our good friend Donald Trump is gonna be huge, or my best friend Ron DeSantis. But I don't think DeSantis is gonna win. But it'll be a hoot. Trump wins the freaking Republican nomination, and then DeSantis is his running mate. Oh, those debates are going to be exciting. Especially Trump and Biden, part 2. Oh, CB Joe like, oh, if you support Biden, you're a douche. I'm sorry. If you support Joe Biden, you're more retarded than he is. If you support that bitch Kamala Harris, oh God, what is wrong with you people? The country was fine under under Trump. And what happens? Snatched it right from under him. Could have been fine. We would have been fine with, through the pandemic for basically a year and a half. We've been fine, with, that idiot Fauci and everything. But it is what it is. And that's that. Hopefully, next year, next November, as we hit at the end of 2024, we elect the right person to lead this great nation back from basically the depths of hell and bring it back to what it should be. We can fix a lot of things like Medicaid, healthcare, get inflation under control. Build that goddamn wall better. Get these, illegal immigrants out of here. There's a lot of shit we need to fix in this goddamn country. A lot of shit. But we'll have to see what happens by the end of next year and going into 2025. But like I said, hopefully we pick the right person. And that's it. Alright, enough about politics. Let's talk about our real thing. That's the sport of professional wrestling. Let's get into your Monday Night Raw review really quick, because we're about 20 minutes away from NXT. Alright, so, Raw last night, holy shit, it had Vince McMahon written all over it. Last minute changes, this and that. So, you know, Vince McMahon tried to go out with a good old-fashioned Gilmore kind of like, bang! But fizzled out so bad. This show sucked so bad. Wasn't that great. And the end, oh, with the return of the irresistible force. Alright, let's get into it. Let's not waste any more time. So we start off, we have Mitchell Cole and bad news, Wade Bennett. I'm afraid I got some bad news. That this show was so bad. Wade Barrett will tell you himself that this show was bad. Because he's bad news, Wade Bennett. So we got that. Alright, so we start the show off with main event Jey Uso, who's in your city. And it gets a pretty damn good reaction. He says, it feels good to be on a Raw, but then immediately gets interrupted by my good friend, Kevin Owens, whatever you want to call him, comes out, tells Jey that you should be, you should say, welcome to Monday Night Raw. He says, welcome to the Kevin Owens show. You're on my show now, bitch. So Kevin says, there are a bunch of people backstage who still don't trust you, but a lot of people are saying not the, well, kind of contradicts themselves. Like, people backstage don't trust me, and pretty much don't trust you. So he says, well, my good friend Sami Zayn, he's not your friend. Trust him, but he's not here because he was in India, you know, coming back, so all those people are like jet-lagged and all that shit. So Sami trusts him, but that's pretty much it. So Kevin's like, if you want to earn my trust, you're going to have to really prove yourself to me. Blah, blah, blah. So then the Judgment Day come out. We have Fiend Balor and Poppy Priest and your Priest in the Bank, the Undisputed Tag Team Champions, along with Dominic Guerrero, the North American Champion. They all come out. Finn gets on the mic, basically, and says, we respect you guys. Actually, they respect Jey, and Kevin doesn't speak for the locker room. So Jey basically has said no to their offers to join the group, and that's okay. And then they get in the ring, Dominic Mysterio gets more fucking piped-in boos. You know they're piped in, because those are not, like, real boos. You can tell. He said, no time after time, time after time, but here he is, 1 year later, Dominic Guerrero, Latino Heat. So Damian Priest says that he thought they were facing, Kevin and Sami, later on. But Kevin's like, well, I'm dressed, Sami's not here. I'm ready to fight you guys 3-on-1, I don't care what version is it, I'll fight you all on. 3-on-1. And then Jay's like, Kevin, I'm here too. I'm in my gear. How about we team up against them? And then out of nowhere, he super kicks freaking Dom in the mush. How dare you? And then, they clear the ring, and that's pretty much it. So, I gave that first segment, actually started up pretty well. And I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. And we're off and running on Monday Night Raw. That's that. Alright, so then we go to our first match. We got the Judgment Day, the law firm of Finn and Priest with Dom at ringside. Non-title match against Jey Uso and Kevin Owens. Pretty decent match. 12.5 minute match. Owens hits hits a tornado DDT for a near fall. Then the spinning bling buster gets another near fall on Fiend Balor. And then all chaos happens in the ring. Everything breaks down. Jey tries a super kick. I think it was Finn, and oops, you missed, and super kicked Owens down. And then he gets sent out of the ring, and him and Poppy Priest go to the floor. And then basically, Fiend Balor picks up the scraps He goes up top, hits the coup de grace on Kevin Owens. Haven't we seen that before? Remember in NXT when Kevin Owens was the champion of champions in NXT, the NXT champion for like a year, and all it took was Demon Finn Balor in Japan. Japan #1 forever to beat Kevin Owens in that ladder match. That what's that event called? Beast of the East. Couldn't have done that in the US. Got to do it in Japan because it's Finn Balor territory. Come on now. And that's pretty much it. Alright, so I gave the match, it was okay. I gave it 3 out of 5 stars. And that's it. After the match, Jay's like, I'm sorry. And Kevin basically kind of limps his way to the back. And then, after the break, Kevin Owens is limping to the back. He sits down, he's like, shit, you know, the Peter Griffin, my leg, you know. So then Jey Uso comes in, trying to, you know, continue his apology. Kevin's like, I don't want to hear from you. Why don't you go to your friends in the Judgment Day? Blah, 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 blah. So, Jay's not making any friends on Monday Night Raw right now. And then Wade Barrett kind of implied that Cody Rhodes brought Jay to the show. In that little compensation deal where Jay got traded from SmackDown to Raw, and then SmackDown, well, we don't know who he got yet. Well, most likely it will be Cody Rhodes. You know what's happening. You know Cody's going to appear on SmackDown. It's like, oh, I'm the newest member of SmackDown. And Roman's like, oh, fuck! Gotta deal with this guy again! Come on! Him and his boring as fuck missionary style promos. God damn it. Have to hear that every fucking Friday night. We got that. Alright, so I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we got to look back at Walter beating Chad Gable for to retain his Intercontinental title. Last week, got a big celebration coming up. Got that. Then a nice video about September 11th. Very nice. Then we go to, I believe this is match number 2 on your scorecard. We have The Miz taking on Akira Tozawa. This is your 3-minute, did I say 3 minutes? We could have used 3-minute warning in this match because The Miz basically whipped the living crap out of Tozawa and finished him off with not 1, not 2, but 3 skull-crushing finales, kind of sending a message to our good friend Eli Drake. That's an insult. That's a fact of life. And they will meet in their rematch from the last Payback. And they will meet on SmackDown this Friday night. So, Miz sending a message to Eli. And we'll see what happens with that. So this match, I didn't really give 2 shits, and I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, we move on. Alright, then we go to Jackie Redmond in the back with her special guest, Shayna Baszler. Comes in, starts praising Zoe Stark for her effort last week. Very good match. You know, fist bump. Blah, blah, blah. Mutual respect, I guess. Blah, blah, blah. Then Chelsea Green, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions, comes in. Says, well, you know, I don't have a partner because my partners have all gotten hurt. Or, you know, Piper Niven is not medically cleared. So she offers her spot, dog spot, diva spot, but her spot to be, well, her partner. And since Piper's not medically cleared, Shayna's like, I got other things to do. But how about me and you go to that ring and, I'll kick your ass, I'll break your arm and shit like that. And then Chelsea's like, I promise I'll find a new partner. Okay. So as Shayna leaves, Chelsea goes to leave, and then Piper Niven shows up. Where have you been? And says, I'm medically cleared. And so the tag team champions are back. Big goddamn whoop. And so we got that. So I get that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we go to Walter's IC Intercontinental Championship celebration. Has a big ass big-ass freaking presentation and everything. Pyro in the ring. What is it, Shawn Michaels? You know, like, he's like a freaking pillar, you know. You know, he's on a big thing. Blah, blah, blah. He praised himself as the new, longest reigning, and greatest champion in history. It means a lot to him. He says the legends who held the title before him contributed nothing. That was not a good thing to say, because I would think, like, you know, Macho Man Randy Savage, what are you talking about? I elevated that title, right, Miss Elizabeth? That's right, Randy. Come on, Walter, come on! I know you held that belt for like 400 and some odd days, but come on! The others before you haven't contributed anything? I think you would like to have a talk with Pedro Morales, Macho Man Randy Savage, even the first guy that held the belt, Pat Patterson, God rest his mighty soul. Okay. So he's like, I'm running out of basically challenges for my belt, and basically I'm competing against myself here. So then we hear, sheesh! Oh, thank you! Chad Gable comes out with Otis and the lovely Maxine Dupree. They all come out. Gable saw, the worry in Walter's eyes that he had the toughest title defense of his career. Gable promises to get the title after having to see his family, basically his kids, cry last week. But Walter praises Gable's abilities, but he calls him a bad father. Uh-oh. Gable did not like that, and he went after Walter, but you're going at it really 3-on, you know. Where he came out, actually he didn't come out with Otis and Maxine Dupree till later, but anyway, so Gable goes after him, gets beat down 3-on-1, and then Otis tries to come in. That really didn't get him anywhere. And then the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa, comes in with a chair, runs all three of them off, and then later on we get a 6-man tag match. Alright, so we got that. So it looks like we're going to get Gable, Walter 3 at Fastlane with some type of stipulation. I'm thinking it's going to be either a cage or a Hell in a Cell. I think that's the most fitting way to end the feud. It has to be in a cage or possibly in Hell in a Cell. So we'll have to see what happens with that. Move on. Alright, so I gave Walter's thing, I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we have Drew McIntyre. In the back, we see the return of Xavier Woods. And he apologizes for throwing the chair at him a couple weeks ago. Was like, oh, that's cool, that's cool. But then he brings up the insults to Kofi. Kofi Kingston! For last week, thinks it's kind of, Drew's kind of jealous of Kofi and him. He says, well, Kofi, while you were winning your titles in front of basically no one at the Performance Center during the pandemic era, Kofi got his big moment in front of 85,000 people at MetLife Stadium at WrestleMania 35. So then the match is made, and Drew promises to beat the living shit out of Xavier Woods. There you go. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to back where the 6-man tag team match is made. Tommaso Ciampa says he doesn't like Walter, and Imperium using the numbers game to their advantage. Otis suggests a 6-man tag. There you go. Ciampa really doesn't say much. He's like, okay, I'll join you. He didn't even join. And he's just like, he leaves, and then I think Otis says, oh yeah! So we get that. We move on. So I give that 2.5 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we get to Drew McIntyre and Xavier Woods. It was alright, decent matchup. Getting to the end, we get a reverse Alabama slam, gets counted into a victory roll by Xavier Woods for a near fall, followed by the penalty kick, and it was good. Kind of like the Jets last night. Oh boy. They lose, and Ratchet said his discount double check. He had to use it because he's now out for the season. Oh, why can't I'm a Jet fan at heart, but I root for the Niners. But Jets ever catch a goddamn break? No wonder the New York sports scene sucks right now. The Yankees are in last place. The Mets are basically around last place. The Jets season's pretty much over now, even though they had a big win last night. It was pretty much over. You know, Zach Wilson ain't gonna do shit. And guess who they play this weekend? The Cowboys, who beat the Giants up 40-0. Ugh. I can imagine how many points they're gonna rack up on Sunday. Good thing I'm picking the over. They better. I don't even know what the over is. I would assume that they're like 10-point favorites. So I'm gonna go with the points. Take the points and roll with it. So the Giants think they're playing Arizona this weekend. I probably lose that game. And then they gotta face my Niners on week 3 next Thursday night at Levi Stadium. You know the Niners are gonna annihilate them. I can't wait for that. I mean, my dad's gonna be throwing a fucking fit. And I'm like, your team sucks, dude! And that's it, you know, hockey's coming up. Preseason hockey's about to start this week, and I think this weekend or next week. Hopefully the Rangers, you know, don't shit the bed. And then you got the New York Knickerbockers. Nobody gives two shits about that. I don't care. I don't even watch basketball, so I don't care. I mean, soccer is going to begin, like, next year. The Liberty, the actual team that's good in New York is the New York Liberty, which is sad. Women are basically the talk of the town here in New York sports. Go figure that one out. But football, the teams stink. Baseball, the teams stink. The Knicks, well, they've been stinking since Jordan left. You know, it's hard being a New York fan, you know, a New York sports fan. It's very hard. So you want to root for a team that wins championships? Go to San Fran. Become a Niners fan. Trust me. Trust me. We are really classy. Some of them. There are a select few Niners fans that are fake as fuck. But most of the fan base in San Fran, you gotta love him. Bailey's a fucking fan. How can you hate Bailey? Give me a hug. I'd like to give her a hug, if you know what I mean. Because she got a badunkadunk. And she's a Niner fan, so that gets extra bonus points in my book. There you go. You want to be a real sports fan? You root for an actual real team that can win. And that's the Niners. Even though they lost last year to the Dirty Birds because they fucking cheated, and you all know in Philadelphia, you fucking shitholes, you fucking pedophiles that live there. That's what they are, pedophile Eagle fans. And we all know the biggest pedophile of them all, EDP. You fake as fuck, Eagle fan. Fuck you, and fuck the Eagles fans, and fuck Philadelphia for that matter. Fuck it all. Because you're still New York's bitch. In sports, in wrestling, because Philadelphia fans are shit. New York has the greatest fan base ever in anything. Especially in wrestling. Yeah, but what about the ECW arena? Yeah, but if you go to the Elks Lodge, or you go to Madison Square Garden, or the Barclays Center, the fans are like... Some fans are dumb, but most of the New York wrestling fan base is just epic. The greatest sports fans in the history of this sport. With Chicago, Puerto Rico, and London all behind. Sorry, Issa, I have to be real. I mean, I love Puerto Rico, I love the Puerto Rican women there, you know. But, I mean, the fans are just like, you know, Lucha Libre to the Mundo, I mean, all that stuff, that's great. But you can't hold a candle to the New York wrestling fan base. You can't. I mean, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. But you can't. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Anyway, so back to Drew McIntyre and Xavier Woods for a couple minutes. We got 2 minutes to go before NXT. Let me fire up the good old tele. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Gonna fire up the rich man's cable, put it on NXT. Alright, so I might do a little live watching before I leave. But anyway, Drew, after Xavier Woods hits the penalty kick and splits the uprights, then they go back and forth in the middle of that ring. They run the ropes, and then Drew hits the Claymore kick, knocking Xavier Woods for a loop. 1, 2, 3, Drew McIntyre gets the win in under 10 minutes. Match is alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. We move on. Alright, then we go to, well, the boring part of the night. That's Cody! Yeah, Cody! MDK all day, Cody! You bitch! So Cody comes out, you know, does his usual shit. What do you want to talk about, Virginia? So, really wants to talk about Jey Uso, but then, thankfully, the Judgment Day come back out. This time, Dominic Guerrero and JD McDonald, or McNugget, McGriddle, whatever you want to call him. They come out, Dom says Jay's going to join the Judgment Day, and there's not a goddamn thing that Cody can do about it. And then, some words were exchanged. Then, we get a 2-on-1 beatdown on Cody, but Cody comes back, cleans house, hits the crossroads on JD McDonald, and then he hit McDonald, and then Dom gets one. I'm like, come on, Dom! Really? So we get that. So I'm thinking we're gonna get a match with Cody and Dom again, maybe for the North American title. I really don't want to see that. Or maybe Cody versus JD McDonough next week. I mean, WWE has no direction right now for Cody, and that's good. That's good. Keep him out of the world title picture. Well, with Roman, you can put him back. You can put him back with Seth Rollins, but it is what it is. That's that. All right, NXT is on the air, and it starts off with what happened last week with Von Wagner and Braun Breaker in that epic, well, pretty damn brutal no disqualification match. Baron Corbin on commentary. Braun wins the match. And then we saw afterwards what he did. And basically almost murdered Von with the steps. Even though if you saw the footage, he barely even hit him. But, you know, storyline-wise, Von Wagner's out with a concussion. Or brain trauma. Or I don't know what he had. But we're going to get most likely we're going to get an update on Von Wagner. See what happens with that. So we move on. Alright, so Cody beats up Dom and JD McDonough, and that's it. So I gave that 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Alright, then we go to the back. Drew McIntyre runs into Jey Uso, says, well, we got unfinished business, and I don't trust you, Jey. So, Jey then said, they go back and forth, and then Jay's like, for real? He's like, Judgment Day doesn't like you, like, Finn doesn't like you, Dom doesn't like you, Priest doesn't like you, you know, Mommy Rhea Ripley likes you, and then, Jay's like, for real? Well, wouldn't you like to get praised by Mommy Rhea Ripley? I would. Because Mommy's always on top. Just the way I like it. Well, behind too, but I digress. Anyway, Jay says, cool. Well, then Drew says Jay can't stand on his own 2 feet. And then he's like, I'll see you next week. So we got a match made for next week. Jey Uso and Drew McIntyre. Big beefy man slapping meat in that ring. So can't wait for that. And we move on. Alright, we're getting other things happening on NXT. Tiffany Stratton beating Kiana James last week to retain her title. And then Becky the Man showing up on the Tron, challenging Tiffany for the Nxt Women'S Championship, which is going to happen tonight. That's going to be I would hope that's going to be the main event. So, we have that. We had Wesley and Dragunov, I think, this week, to see who faces Mello at No Mercy, which I think is still going to become a triple threat match. So, we got a lot of stuff tonight on NXT. So, we're going to get into that in a little bit later. But, just want to do a quick walk-in. Not walk-in, look-in. And then we're in the dreaded parking lot now. And Becky looking great as always. Coming into the Performance Center. And we're live! We're live on NXT. That's that. Alright, let me quickly finish this up, and then I'm going to get into the NXT. Alright, then we're going to Chelsea Green and Shayna Baszler. 2-minute suckfest. Chelsea wins with, basically, Ronda Rousey's, finisher, Piper's Pit, but, Michael Cole called it the, what do you call it? I forgot what he called it, something with an I, some weird name, I think it was. But basically, she wins with Piper's Pit under 2 minutes. Piper's there where he basically did nothing. Just stood there looking fat! And, yeah, so Shayna Baszler gets the win. Match, I gave 2 out of 5 stars. After the match, Piper goes after Shayna, but then Zoe Stark comes in for the save. So, as I wrote on Twitter last night, and I think it's going to happen, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark are going to team up and go after those women's tag team belts and beat the living shit out of Piper Niven and Chelsea, become the new champs, and hopefully none of them get hurt. Because we all know what happens with the women's tag team belts, that somebody gets hurt, or in the case of Sasha, you know, the boss, and Trinity, Naomi, they're just like, well, fuck this, I'm gonna throw the belt at fucking John Laurinaitis. So we're out of here, fuck you guys. But everybody else who's had those belts have pretty much been, you know, got hurt. That's it. Alright, we're gonna start off with a banger on NXT. Ilya Dragunov and Wes Lee. This is gonna be a banger of a match. And the winner faces Mello at No Mercy for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. So we'll see what happens. I think we're still going to get a triple threat. But we got that. Alright, so Zoe and Shayna most likely will team up against Chelsea and Piper, going after those tag team belts. And we'll see what happens with that. Alright, then we get a video on Shinsuke Nakamura, talking in Spanish. You know, looking like that assassin ninja. Love it. Talking in Japanese. But he says Seth Rollins is not an honorable man. Brings up some of the horrible things that Seth has done in the past. And then she says, like, I will challenge you when I feel like challenging you. No! 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 Alright, that's it. You know, Seth getting a little pissed last week. So anyway, speaking of Seth freaking Rollins, he comes out, once again, calls out Shinsuke for a fight for the belt, and then Shinsuke comes out, but we cut to the back, where we see Ricochet basically destroyed in the back. Nakamura's just there like, oh, I beat your friend up, ha! And then basically it's like, watch your back! So, you can tell the triple threat at Fastlane is pretty much going to be announced probably by next week. So, Ricochet takes on Shinsuke, takes on Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship. We'll see what happens with that. I really hope they pull the trigger with Shinsuke this time. I really do. Give it to Shinsuke, let him lose to the Poppy Priest afterwards. We'll see what happens with that. So I give that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to Judgment Day's little locker room. Fiend Balor comes up to Jay. Actually, they're not in their locker room. Finn comes up to Jay in the back, says, I like what I saw earlier in the night. And, you know, our door's always open. So Jay's kind of not sure where to go right now. But Finn's like, our door's always open. So where does Jay's loyalty go? Pretty much, I think Jay will not join Judgment Day. Probably beat the crap out of the Judgment Day. I don't know. Don't care. And that's pretty much it. So let's see what happens with that. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to the 6-man tag team match in Imperium of Walter, Marcel Barthel, or Ludwig Kaiser, and Fabian Aichner, Giovanni Vinci. They take on Alpha Academy of Otis and, oh thank you, Chad Gable, along with the Psycho Killer, Tommaso Ciampa. We have the beautiful Maxine Dupree at ringside. Was an okay match. Getting to the end, Gable grabs an ankle lock on Giovanni Vinci. Walter tries to make the save, but then Ciampa comes in and grabs the Sicilian stretch, which is basically almost like the rings of Saturn, if you will. And then Gable's like, it's like, watch you, man, tap! And then basically Giovanni Vinci does what he always does, and that's tap out right in front of Walter. That's not a good thing. Walter's gonna be pissed. Ow. So we got that. Like, Dragunov was beating the shit out of Wesley. They just went to the outside, and Wesley got dumped on the announce table. Did not hit Booker T. Last week they hit Booker T. This week they didn't hit him harder. Damn. And somebody gotta hurt one of them, so, you know. Hunter? Hi, Steph. Stephanie, hi. Nick Khan! Man, you know. You need a commentator. I'm just one DM away, you know what I mean? I'm like that song, one call away. I'm ready. I'll go down to Orlando. Just pay for my airfare and hotel. And all the amenities and all that shit. Put me in a nice little room in Orlando, you know. Me and the missus can come down, you know. We'll go down, we'll have fun in Orlando. And on days off, we'll be in Disney World. Hang with Mickey. Hi, kids! Give Mickey Mouse a Gilmore cutter for all his troubles. And then Minnie, I'll give a Gilmore cutter too, because she's fucking goofy. I know that joke is old, but it's so funny at the same time. It is very funny. Why did Minnie cheat on Mickey? Because she's fucking goofy. Well, it could have been worse. It could have been Donald. You know. But I digress on that. Alright, anyway, so Alpha Academy and Tommaso Ciampa get the win over Imperium. Match is alright. Gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. That's that. Then we go to Adam Pearce's office, where we have, guess who? Adam Pearce and the lovely Tiffany Stratton. Danny! The Nxt Women's Champion. She's there, complains about the man! Becky Lynch. Becky isn't there, so on cue, Becky somehow comes into the shot. Adam Pearce wants to get the contract signed, but first Tiffany says, I have been nothing but nice to you, Becky, who's coming after my belt, but you're coming after my belt anyway. So Becky says, I see a lot of potential in you. It's time to bring you to the big time. No pun intended. Becky then signs. Tiffany says, I'm ready to prove that I'm the best. And then she signs. That's it. Match is now official, and it will happen tonight. And we'll see what happens. I still think Tiffany is going to somehow, someway, win the match by chicanery, or she gets counted out, or she gets disqualified, and then we run it back at No Mercy, where Becky most likely will win the belt. But then again, you never know in the wacky world of the WWE. And that's that. Alright, we move on. Alright, so I give this segment 2.5 out of 5 stars. Then we go to your main event of the evening for the Raw Women's Championship. Well, we're the Women's World Championship. We have Mommy Rhea Ripley against Raquel Rodriguez. Alright, pretty good match. Gave it a full time limit, basically at 15. We already had like 20 minutes left, 25 minutes left, but with that extra segment, cut it down to 10. We had 15 minutes. So, pretty good match. Back and forth they went. Rhea beating the living crap out of Mommy. And then go to the outside. Rhea tries for a cannonball, gets counted into a swing into the announcer's table. Did not hit Michael Cole. Damn. And then we got an apron powerbomb circa Kevin Steen by Raquel. She throws Rhea back in. And then out of nowhere, underneath the ring, I think she was underneath the ring. I don't know how she got underneath the ring because she's fat. But the irresistible force, Nia fucking Jax, Jax, she makes her comeback after what, like a year or so. She comes back, takes out Raquel with a Samoan drop, and he just stands there like, look at me, I'm back. I'm back. I'm fat. I'm back. Michael goes like, what the hell? Who is, oh my god, it's Nia Jax! Trying to make it dramatic, right, Michael? You bastard. But anyway, she takes Raquel out. Raquel, I don't know why you got back in the ring, but Mommy picks her up, hits Riptide. 1, 2, 3. Mommy Rhea Ripley retains the World Women's Championship in under 16 minutes. Match was alright, besides the stupid interference by Nia Jax. So I was like, why is she helping Mommy Rhea Ripley? Is she joining the Judgment Day? That would have been bad. I mean, like, what? Who signed up for that? Who thought of that, Vince? Who brought Nia Jax back? Guess who? Vince. So anyway, Rhea wins the match. Match I gave 3 out of 5 stars. After the match, Nia gets in the ring. Like, Rhea's like, what the fuck are you doing here? Well, thank you for helping me. And then Nia out of nowhere beats the crap out of Mommy Rhea Ripley. And then he takes her to the corner, hits the Yokozuna Banzai drop. Ugh. That's... The visual, it just gives me nightmares. So she hits that on Rhea, and then holds up the belt. So I'm like, oh no, we're gonna get Rhea Ripley and fucking Nia Jax at Fastlane. Ugh. Ugh. You have no other contenders? Really? You have to bring back a fat bitch like Nia Jax to try to, you know, oh, we need new challenges, let's bring back Nia Jax. The woman that can't fucking wrestle and hurts everybody? Kairi Sane twice? I still can't forgive that bitch for hurting my Kairi. Fuck you, Nia Jax. Fuck you. You need fucking wrestling training. And I'm not talking about going back to NXT. I'm talking about going to a school. Because you cannot wrestle. Former women's champion. Big fucking deal. How long did she hold that for? Not long. Women's champion. Women's tag team champion. Big deal. How long you held that? Not long. But every fucking match she's in, she does something really bad. She's like almost like the Bella sluts. I used to call them the botch sluts. Really botch Bella. Botching almost all the time. Now Nia Jax botches almost all the time now. She's gonna kill somebody. The way she botches a lot of shit. I mean, the first time, you know, she hurt Kairi, I was mad. But then, they put her in the, I mean, after Kairi got better, because I think she had a concussion or whatever she had. And then they put her in the ring with Nia again right before Kairi left, because she knew better. I know she wanted to go back to Japan and be with her family, but now she's coming back to WWE. I think that's a bad idea. If I was Kairi right now, I'm like, and I found out the news that freaking Nia Jax is back, I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm going back to Japan. I'm not coming back to wrestling ever again. Especially Stardom. I think she finished her time there with Stardom. I don't know what happened with that. But... ooh, that was nasty landing on the outside. This match with Dragunov and Wesley is just... freaking banger. All over the place. Holy shit. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, Nia Jax is back to hurt the women's division. You know, her first match back, whoever is against, God protect her mighty soul. Because Nia is going to probably hurt her, put her on the shelf for about a few months. And now with Kairi supposedly coming back to WWE, I think that's a bad idea. Just keep Nia, if what I would do is keep Nia Jax away from Kairi. I don't care if Kairi goes up to the SmackDown roster and is with freaking Asuka and Io. Keep them, you know, away from Nia Jax for the love of all that is fucking holy. God forbid she hurts Kairi a third time. or hurts Asuka, or hurts Io, I will be fucking pissed. I would want her head on a silver platter. Fired from the WWE and banned from wrestling. Get her out. So, yeah, I'm kind of worried for Mommy Rhea Ripley right now. If they have that match at Fastlane, and Mommy gets hurt, God forbid, you know. I don't know. I don't know anymore. But anyway, yeah, so Nia Jax is back. Do I give a shit? No. But we'll see what happens next week, and that's that. Alright. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching. Check out my video from before about the UFC WWE merger that happened earlier this morning. So leave your thoughts and opinions down below on that video. And that's pretty much it. So I'm out. I'm going to watch NXT right now. I'm going to watch this epic match with Dragunov and Wes Lee. It looks like Ilya won. Oh, Ilya won the match. Wow, I'm surprised I'm not... Well, they got 2 weeks left. So it could still have a triple threat match. But right now it's Dragunov, Melo, I believe 2. So Melo comes out. He's all ready to go. Dragunov's like, yeah, I'm gonna come out, kick your ass. And then Wesley's just on the outside, pissed. So you know something's gonna happen either tonight or in the next 2 weeks. With Melo and Dragunov, and then, you know, with Wesley, you know, wanting to get in the match, make it a triple threat. So we'll see. That's with that. Now we're outside, and Tiffy, my girl's on the outside. Daddy, look at me. You know, I see you. I see you, Tiff, looking hot in that little sweater or jacket with, not sweater, you know, little track jacket, looking hot as always. Ugh. Damn you, Marcel Barthel. Damn it. Should have been me. Alright, now we're getting another, the aftermath of, Von Wilder and Braun Breaker. What Braun did, basically commit murder. So we're going to see what happens with that. So I'm going to go watch the rest of the show, and then, like I said, I will be back later for video number 3. Once again, back on the Peter Joseph channel, so hit that bell so you get to know when that video comes your way. And that's pretty much it. So, that's it. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'm out. Peace!